food is healthy, the food is good. So why are they suffering? Why do you think they cannot adopt or they cannot adapt to the healthy food? Why? Because they have neglected, they have abused their system for quite a long time, that their system has been derailed. Now to bring it back is no easy job. It's a very difficult thing. The same applies to your heart. Now those people used to bad habits, if you take them back to right habits, much. They keep listening to music, they fall in sin, adultery, lying, backbiting, dealing with riba, interest, and other bad habits, other sins. You know what happens? The heart has been destroyed. So in order to bring it back to its state, you have to suffer. You have to suffer, you have to strive, you have to keep reciting Qur'an, you have to keep remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will not find your heart for quite some time. But you need to be persistent, you have to keep going, and then your heart, life will start to grow again in your heart from the zero level. It will start to grow again, but this needs time, consistency, and persistence. You have to keep carrying on. And this is something we have to understand about the heart. The heart responds to the way you behave and the way you think. So a person who lies so much, so that lying becomes his own habit, such a person cannot tell the truth, believe me. Even if there is no need to lie, such a person cannot tell the truth. And another beautiful secret that has to do with the heart as well, if a person gets so much used to lying, what will happen, lying will become his second nature, if not first nature. So what happens, this person will not be able to see things as they really are, because he will become so much immersed in lying. Lying will become so automatic in his thinking and in his process, in his intellectual process, intellectual faculty, so that he will start to lie to himself without even realizing that he is lying. So what will happen? The punishment will be of the same kind. What will happen? This person will not be able to tell, or not to see the reality of things. His own vision of things will be blemished. His own comprehension of things will be tarnished and will become deviant. That's the punishment of kind. So this is one of the secrets of the heart that we have to understand. And this is why, this also something that clarifies this matter. Speaking about the people of Jahiliyyah, the people of polytheism, when we know that the heart has been created for Tawheed, to recognize the oneness of Allah, the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how the heart has been designed for that. But because of abusing the heart for quite some time, it's been so badly affected that if you give it something healthy, it doesn't feel good about it. It doesn't swallow it. It will resist it. So the people of polytheism, when you present Tawheed, when you present the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to them, they don't feel comfortable about it. The hearts feel aversion to this Tawheed. And this was exactly the response of the people of Quraysh when the Prophet ﷺ told them to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, single Him out in worship. They said, أَجَعَلَ الْآلِهَةَ إِلَهًا وَاحِدًا إِنَّ هَذَا لَشَيْءٌ عُجَابٌ. They said, did He make all these gods one? Does He want us to leave all these gods and just worship one? Imagine, but human beings are designed in the first place, the fitrah, the natural disposition, the very nature of human beings is that they only worship one God. They've been designed that way, but because of abusing their hearts for all that time, their hearts have been mutilated. So this is why it's a very difficult job to bring them back to the original nature, the natural disposition of human beings. The heart is the same as well. If you are used to bad things, your heart will not be comfortable with acts of worship. Actually, your heart will feel, being suffocated and being, just sometimes you feel your heart is dying. Why? When you recite Quran, some people say, my heart, I cannot really read anymore. I cannot recite anymore because my heart, feels contracted and I cannot put up with that feeling. When they recite Quran. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, indeed with the remembrance of Allah, the hearts feel at rest, the hearts feel tranquil. Why is this? Because they have abused their hearts. So you need to treat your heart now from the outcomes of these sins until it gets back. You need rehabilitation. This is exactly what we need. That's the word. You need rehabilitation. You need to get your heart back to its original state. And only then your heart will recognize the truth. And this is why Allah says in the Quran, وَإِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ اشْمَأَزَّتْ قُلُوبُ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Allah says, and if Allah is mentioned alone, in His oneness in the Quran, without any partners, the hearts of the disbelievers will feel disgust at that. Imagine. But originally they were created to recognize Tawheed, but because they abused their hearts, now the hearts need rehabilitation in order to get back to their original state, so then they can feel the tranquility and the peace of Tawheed and the oneness of Allah. And this is our answer to those who ask the question, if you don't feel comfortable with reciting the Quran, with prayer, with acts of worship, you need this. Be patient during this time of rehabilitation, and once you are done with it, you will see how happy the righteous life is, and how happy the hearts of the righteous people are. Inshallah, in future episodes we will come to uncover more of the secrets about the heart. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.